Story of the World, Volume 2, The Middle Ages, by Susan Wise Bauer. Chapter 1, The Glory That Was Rome. Part 2, The Fall of Rome. The emperors of Rome were called the rulers of the whole world. But they had a problem. The world was too big to rule. The Roman Empire was so large that the army couldn't protect its borders. And there were plenty of people outside the Roman Empire who wanted to come in and take parts of it away. Imagine that you're standing in an orchard filled with apple trees. Ripe, juicy apples hang from every branch, and hungry animals are roaming in herds all around the edges. 3 starving deer rush in and start to eat apples on one side. You run at them, waving your arms and shouting. The deer dash off, but while you're chasing them, 2 enormous cows start snatching apples from the other side of the orchard. You turn around and charge at them, yelling, "Don't eat my apples!" The cows back slowly away, but now 5 squirrels are right in the middle of the orchard, and each squirrel has an apple in his mouth and another in his paws. All alone, you'll never keep all of these animals out of the orchard, and that's just how the Roman rulers felt about their empire. Wandering tribes from other parts of the world wanted to come into Rome, conquer Roman villages, use the Roman roads, eat the Roman crops, and share in the Roman wealth. The Romans called these wandering tribes barbarians. The barbarians didn't live in houses like the Romans did, or take baths like the Romans did, or cook their food. Instead, they lived in tents, fought on horseback, and ate their food raw. The Romans thought that these barbarians were no better than animals. Thousands of these barbarian invaders, called Huns, Vandals, Goths, Visigoths, and Ostrogoths, swept down on Rome's borders. The emperor sent armies to protect the borders, but there just weren't enough soldiers to guard all the sides of the Roman Empire. The emperors sent their armies to protect the borders, but there just weren't enough soldiers to guard all of the sides of the Roman Empire. And Rome had other problems too. In some places, food was running short and Roman citizens were going hungry. A terrible sickness called the plague killed many of Rome's strong fighters. And many of the emperors who inherited the job of ruling Rome weren't very good at running an empire. One of them went mad and tried to make his horse into a government official. Finally, an emperor named Diocletian came to the throne. He decided that the empire was too big for one ruler and one army to protect. So he divided the Roman Empire into 2 parts. He kept the eastern part, the part on the right-hand side of your map. He gave the western part to another emperor, a man named Maximian. From now on, there would be 2 Roman empires and 2 Roman emperors. Diocletian hoped that the Roman Empire would be easier to protect now that it was smaller, but he was wrong. 200 years after Diocletian's death, the Western Roman Empire was finally conquered by barbarian tribes. They burned Rome and carried away all of its treasures. Nothing was left but the Roman roads and bridges, and slowly even those began to crumble away into dust.